let's start. Many times, a lot of young entrepreneurs or budding or aspirants reach out to me to be an entrepreneur, and they ask me like, how do you get into it? And I try to usually discourage them because entrepreneurship is not about being an entrepreneur because it's an in thing. It's all about your passion, commitment, and there has to be a purpose. 2015, that's when the movie The Founder was released. And I was very inspired by the founder of McDonald's. And he said something interesting. Purpose, passion, perseverance, and patience. These 4 P's are very essential for being an entrepreneur. When I moved to India way back in 2015 and joined one of the large pharmaceutical companies in India, Dr. Reddy Labs, I was responsible for setting up their nutraceutical business. And when I was busy designing their next big portfolio for nutraceuticals, I realized that the country doesn't have the ecosystem to deliver responsible nutraceuticals. And that got me thinking that you cannot be achieving your purpose working in an organization. You got to move ahead of it. And the first thing that came into my mind was possibly join the lawmakers. So I joined the government of India because I had a larger purpose that I had to bring responsible nutrition through democratization of supply chain across the world. And I did that. I quit and launched Nutrify Today.
So once you look at markets in India for nutraceuticals, it's just started. It's just in a very nascent state. As you know, that culturally we are very much in favor of using herbals, Ayurvedic medicine, different systems of medicines, but we've not used nutraceutical as a very much science-based kind of things which are available to you, but they're backed by science. It was not an approach earlier, and my idea behind backing up Nutrify is to bring in the aspects of 3S. The first one is safety, second one is science, and third is sustainability.
Nutraceutical industry globally has been on a very steep growth trajectory post-COVID. The industry has always been dependent on the established supply chains masked by these companies and agencies that have always maintained monopoly. And the only way that the professionals or industry could contact or get networking into each other was through this personal contacts or probably the Nutra events. But that meant a lot of time and money. And going back to the old traditional methods, the tech era was an overkill. So Nutrify Today decided to create a curated nutraceutical platform where people could network, interact, showcase their innovations and get it scrutinized and probably crack deals. So this the app has democratized the supply chain, due to which people are able to contact each other worldwide using the Nutrify Today app.
Well, how do I make business? So entrepreneur is not only about just achieving your purpose, but then you need to survive to keep the business rolling. What happened is interesting. Because we started creating networks, initially through WhatsApp, we started getting a lot of inquiries on business from world over. And what is interesting is during lockdown, we commercialized over $12 million worth of transaction in the first year of lockdown. The revenue that we generated, we invested in technology. We believed that if democratization has to happen, it cannot be human driven. It has to be technology driven. And hence, we invested heavily on artificial intelligence, machine learning, because it's not about creating a networking platform. You've got LinkedIn, you've got Facebook and so on. Idea was, how do I get industry-focused crowd to network based on the need that they have? Nutrify Today has now a full-blown technology platform that people can download from the Google Apps or Play Store or App Store and start connecting, start sharing their thoughts. And this has led to over 22,600 people now who are networking on this platform, doing business directly. And I think that's the first part of the purpose achieved. And the second part is ensuring responsible nutraceutical, and that's why we launched Nutrify Uni. Nutrify Uni is a game changer technology which helps the last mile companies who commercialize the product to consumers, help them design differentiated ethical nutraceutical products which have a clinical outcome.
You need to take a note on that. Every day we find a new technology in place, but they are resorted to their own fraternity or own industry or own company or own country. So to make sure that we democratize this data, Nutrify Today has done this job with evolving Nutrify Uni as a platform, where we have mapped entire 20 countries data to one platform. It do consist 2 million data points, which took us 2 years to get on to the platform. And thanks to our bioscientists, biochemists and postdoc people who have helped us to define the data, refine the data, and collectively make a platform which is viable for all across the globe.
Let me tell you how exactly does it work. So say for example, I want to create a new product and I choose a set of ingredients, or I have a set of categories in mind like peptides, alkaloids, polysaccharides, or all of it. And I make the right choices, and ask my platform or the Genie to design a completely differentiated label claim. Now this label claim is mapped by clinical data, it's mapped by IP patents, it's mapped by non-IP patents, and it's scientifically validated for any company to put it forward in the market. Whenever I choose an ingredient, my Nutrify Genie guides me through the regulatory guidelines that are there, local guidelines as well as international guidelines. And this will enable the process of ideation to commercialization to cut down in 2 to 3 hours or just a couple of hours, whereas in conventional method, this would take around 6 to 12 months. The conventional methods generally would provide around 2 to 5 ideas, whereas Nutrify Genie works at a rate with the data points that it gives me 10 to 20x of what could be manually done. Now, if I'm looking for a label claim right away for launching it in my market, any of my markets, it gives me instant label claims and it gives me a varied choice numbers where I can choose from.
Vision of Nutrify Today and Nutrify Genie is all aligned to the purpose for which these companies were started. And the vision is to ensure that there is a truly democratization of supply chain, where an innovator in central place of remote village should be able to connect with some of the top commercialization organizations in the world and actually commercialize their innovation. This not only helps them, but this helps large organizations, because you've got a huge pipeline, huge supply chain, and you need to keep pumping with differentiated products. And how do you do it? Every time you don't invent a product, but you get access into inventors across the world now, thanks to this technology. And if you don't want to reach out to them, the Genie takes over and it helps you achieve innovative portfolio designing right on demand. Nutrify Today, the tagline is network, business, upskill. You need to have a network to do business. For your business to grow, you need to have latest awareness and hence upskill. So we created 3 verticals: network, there's a free networking platform, but we take it to the next level. We organize the Global Nutrify C-Suite Summit, where this is the first time that has happened in India that the global CXO community came down to India to attend the C-Suite Summit and explore creation of a strong supply chain out of India and tap into a massive reserves of Indian botanicals that can be used in nutraceuticals, particularly Ayurveda. It has grown so well that we are now doing it again, and it's 7 times bigger than what it was last year. There are ministries attending, international regulators now participating, and this will lead to harmonization of international regulatory. That's one. Business, we have Nutrify Uni. This is already helping companies commercialize products much faster. So now it's all about speed and innovation. And we are doing the capacity building for the industry by launching the Academy, where our education courses are backed by IIT Jammu, Centurion University, Montreal University, Switzerland. So these are the large institutions that are giving certificates on all the courses, and we are the largest in the world today with the highest number of nutraceutical courses being offered. So these are the 3 verticals that we have created to serve the industry.
We are having a podcast channel which is meant to the leaders of the industry. The people come to my podcast channel, they talk about their problems, they talk about their issues, they talk about their new products, they talk about the science, they talk about regulatory affairs. So every leader from every segment come to my platform. And this is not resorted to India, it's complete across the globe. We have a lot of leaders who come to my podcast, deliver their podcasts onto my platform in different fields.
Nutrify Today is a true entrepreneurial company, and that typically means that everyone works in the company has that entrepreneurial mindset. And it's not just theory. So what we do is we do a very hand-picked, curation of people that we pick and try to understand what is their core strength area, not what they have worked on. What is their passion area? And if that passion connects to what we are trying to achieve, we bring them in and we give them a lot of opportunities. So the guys who have not come from IT background, but because it's their passion, they have done this at their home as a hobby, we have given that hobby their job. And trust me, the technology in 3 years, what we have achieved, the companies have taken 5 years, 6 years time. That's purely because passionate play. Even at night, 2 a.m., I get messages. I cracked the code. I developed this. I've developed the new formula. This is because I have about 10 entrepreneurs working and creating a legacy in this industry. We don't hire employees. So I treat them as vendors. You are creating your own worth. You're not taking salary. And I'm very happy to share that the team at Nutrify Today, everyone is an entrepreneur and they get credit for it. They talk to the media, their names are published in media for whatever innovation that they do. So they get credit. So what better can you expect?
I predict there'll be a tremendous growth of market in India. The market, as you know, and now we have, everybody have got access to internet all over the India and especially Southeast Asia. All the consumers are exactly the same, be it India or US or Europe. They all have the same question. If you're offering something to me, should I take it? I see Nutrify as a great effort which can make use of technology to reach the goal of nutrition for all. Since this is done in a very industry-centric manner, I think there are much more possibility of reaching the goal.
Nutrify Today is democratizing the entire supply chain, and in 5 years from now, I look forward to simulating a success story like what happened with Amazon in the B2C world. Today, when you buy things on Amazon, you have a solid credibility built in that you get a right product, and if you don't like it, you return it, you get encashment. In the world of nutraceutical B2B, 5 years down the line, we expect that companies, when they look at new innovation, they just need to log on to Nutrify Uni and get their products designed, executed, and delivered in their warehouse. They don't have to worry about quality standards, validation, so on, because that's what Nutrify Today brings onto the table. You know. In terms of numbers, although it's a large ocean, nutraceutical industry today is $400 billion nutraceutical industry worldwide. Even if we were trying to tap in using technology 0.0001%, I foresee that in the next 5 years, Nutrify Today and Nutrify Uni collectively should achieve $500 million revenue in the next 5 years from now.